Okay, well, welcome back to Edorahn. You're looking at the actual map, the paintbrush file, or rather paint file. Oops, there's me. I haven't done that in a while. Forgot to mute my own stream. Oops, here we go. Start that again. So anyway, you're looking at the actual file in which the map is kept running, kept up to date rather. This is Rhodes. It's not entirely super clear, but the continent itself is this blob, the thicker black line. I am pretty much done here. I need to write in the name of Brackencore, which is built on this little piece of land here. I have actually moved on already. We'll get to that shortly. But yeah, there we go. That's where I've been working for the last 3.5 to 4 months. I think it comes down to. Now, let's go on a little tour of all of that work before I move on to where I've been. As the sun goes down, perhaps a little appropriately. So this is the Colossus of Rhodes. I do want to do more, but I probably will use a structure block. I do not feel like rebuilding these things. They're twice as tall as the usual statues that I use, and even the normal statues that I do are getting a little bit tedious. So I may switch to using structure blocks to put more of those up, especially since I want to make more use of them around the Empire. So this particular one is guarding the Whitmore Swamp. On the other side of which is Whithall. I think it's called Whithall. Whitehall's, basically. This is it's a pretty luxurious settlement. A lot of expensive blocks in story terms. You know, we're talking about quartz from the nether, red brick, which is a pain in the ass to acquire and make, and dark wood. Some money been spent building these places. So this is the Witoil, the Magna Witoil, rather, an extensive mining operation, and the source of the aforementioned money. Most of the source, anyway. Over here we have Barrowtoil, which is another mining facility. This one is built around a natural opening in the ground. I've made use of such things before. Barrow is actually a man. I would assume he's quite prominent in order to have stuff named after him. So this is Brackencore. The name is actually derived from the shape of the island itself. If you look at it upside down, so that the south is in the top of the picture, it looked like a very badly broken heart. So Brackencore is a corruption of broken and, well, core, which is still actually used in many languages to mean center of something, the heart. Spanish languages particularly, or corazon. But the island itself is now almost completely obscured. There's very little of it left showing after all of the building that's been done. As you can see, there's a very narrow gap that separates it from the land, but it is cut off completely. So the roads are actually in place now, connecting everything, which is, not too much of a demanding task on such a small continent. couple of minor settlements and builds associated. But these the main ones here are the underhalls, as they're collectively known. I think the entire mountain range is called the Underhall Tor, or the Untertor. But this is the other major one. The road goes straight under the mountain, or into the mountain, in fact, in many cases. Some cases. So, there's a few minor settlements on the outside, and then the main gate into New Edorahn, the major city of the Eastern Empire, a replacement for the original Edorahn, which was completely overrun and destroyed by consecutive zombie attacks many moons ago. We have the GKV Guardian, the Grand Knight Vessel Guardian. Took another stab at the wing design, and I feel like I've gotten it a lot better. The other side has not been done, but I do feel like I was able to improve upon what was originally there. So New Edorahn is quite an expensive place, something of a metropolis compared to some of the so-called cities, if you imagine those words with air quotes. I don't try to build full scale. It's more like a suggestion of scale. So like if I was to actually, somebody said, okay, why I want you to build this is its full size, it would be much bigger than this. But I make allowances for, I don't know, I guess the fact that Minecraft is a very small game in that sense. Biomes aren't very big. So I tend to focus more on the suggestion of dwellings and cities and such like. The southern city is a little bit more of a metropolis in reality, because it's actually much more extensive. It goes for a much further distance, as where Edorahn is kind of contained in a small space. It's just a very large floor plan overall. It's probably maybe actually the largest city in terms of the actual ground it covers. But there we are. This is pretty much all of it. There is a few settlements, purpose-built one, and another mining facility. There is some work needs to be done out there, including putting up one of the Colossus out there somewhere. But I've been here, as I said at the beginning, I think for 3 to 4 months now, and it is definitely time to knock it on the head. And move on to somewhere else. Let's see if I can take a